A5 Wagyu is certified for sale in Japan. And the higher the grade, the higher the price.
Wagyu beef, often regarded as the pinnacle of gourmet dining. With its unrivaled tenderness, rich marbling, and a price tag that can reach up to $200 per pound, this Japanese delicacy has captivated food enthusiasts worldwide. But what is it about Wagyu that makes it so special? Today, we're diving deep into the world of Wagyu beef to uncover the secrets behind its legendary status. The story of Wagyu beef begins in Japan, where the term Wagyu literally translates to Japanese cow, but Wagyu isn't just any beef, it refers to 4 specific breeds of cattle that have been carefully bred for over a century to produce meat with extraordinary qualities. These breeds include the Japanese black, Japanese brown, Japanese shorthorn, and Japanese polled. These cattle were initially bred for physical endurance, which led to the development of more intramuscular fat cells, creating a unique marbling effect throughout the meat. This marbling isn't just visually striking, it's the key to Wagyu's renowned buttery texture and intense flavor. But the journey from farm to fork is one of meticulous care and tradition, a process that has been perfected over generations. Traditionally, Wagyu cattle were used as working animals in agriculture, prized for their strength and stamina. But as Japan's agricultural practices evolved, so did the role of these cattle. Breeders began to focus on enhancing the quality of the meat rather than its utility as a work animal. Over the years, this led to the development of specific breeding techniques aimed at maximizing the intramuscular fat content, which is now the hallmark of Wagyu beef. Today, Wagyu cattle are raised with extraordinary care. From the moment they're born, these animals are nurtured in a stress-free environment. Breeders pay close attention to every aspect of their diet, ensuring that they receive a balanced mix of rice, wheat, hay, and sometimes even beer. This careful feeding process is crucial in developing the high-quality marbling that makes Wagyu so prized. Once the cattle reach maturity, their meat undergoes a rigorous grading process overseen by the Japanese government. Wagyu beef is graded based on 2 key factors: yield and quality. The yield grade measures how much usable meat can be obtained, while the quality grade assesses the marbling, color, texture, and fat quality. Only the top grades, a 3 to a 5, are certified for sale in Japan, with a 5 being the highest possible rating. Wagyu beef has become somewhat of a legend in the culinary world, and with that status come many myths. You may have heard that Wagyu cows are massaged daily, or that they're fed beer to enhance their flavor. While these stories add to the mystique, the reality is that these practices aren't as widespread as you might think. The truth is, the methods of raising Wagyu vary significantly depending on the region and the individual farmer. Each region in Japan has its own approach to Wagyu production, influenced by local climate, culture, and traditions. For instance, in some regions, Wagyu cattle are raised in small pens to minimize their movement, allowing them to gain weight and develop more fat. In others, they may have access to open pastures, though this is less common as it can lead to leaner meat. The variation in practices contributes to the diversity of Wagyu available on the market, with over 300 recognized varieties. So, how does Wagyu compare to other premium beef varieties like Angus? While Angus beef is celebrated for its flavor and marbling, it typically doesn't reach the same levels of intramuscular fat as Wagyu. In the United States, a high-quality Angus cow might sell for $3,000 at auction, whereas a Wagyu cow can fetch up to $30,000. This stark difference in value reflects not just the quality of the meat, but also the intensive care and time invested in raising Wagyu cattle. Within the world of Wagyu, certain cuts have achieved near-mythical status. Matsusaka Wagyu, for example, comes from my prefecture and is made exclusively from virgin female cows, prized for its tenderness and depth of flavor. In 2002, one Matsusaka cow sold for an astonishing 50 million yen, or roughly $400,000. Then there's Kobe beef, perhaps the most famous Wagyu variety, known for its exquisite flavor and silky texture. But be cautious, authentic Kobe beef is rare and expensive, and many restaurants in the US serve hybrid Wagyu Angus beef under the Kobe name. Wagyu's allure extends far beyond Japan, with high-end restaurants around the world featuring it on their menus. In New York City, one of the most coveted dishes is the Wagyu Katsu Sando, a Japanese-style sandwich that sells for $85. On a busy night, the restaurant might sell 25 of these sandwiches to eager diners, all seeking a taste of this luxurious beef. But is the experience worth the price? We decided to put Wagyu to the test. Our team sampled a variety of Wagyu cuts, from a 5 Miyazaki to the ultra-rare olive Wagyu, a unique breed developed on Japan's Shadoshima Island. Olive Wagyu, raised on a diet that includes pressed, dried olive peels, is known for its extraordinary tenderness and flavor. With only 2,200 cows slaughtered in 2018, this beef is as rare as it is delicious. But with prices ranging from $120 to over $300 per steak, is it truly the best? As Wagyu's popularity continues to soar globally, so does the demand. In the last 5 years, the value of Japanese Wagyu exports has increased by over 200%. Yet, despite this growing international appetite, the domestic market in Japan is experiencing a slight decline. In 2017, Japan imported more US beef than any other country, even as Wagyu beef reached new heights in global markets. But Japan may soon face competition in producing high-quality Wagyu. Countries like the United States, Australia, and the UK have begun their own Wagyu breeding programs, often through crossbreeding with Angus cattle. While most Wagyu outside Japan is only 50% purebred, advancements in breeding techniques and regulations are pushing for higher purity. In the UK, for example, the Wagyu Breeders Association now registers DNA-verified full-blood Wagyu bulls, aiming to produce a product that rivals the original. In the end, Wagyu is more than just a meal, it's an experience. From its origins in Japan to its growing influence around the world, Wagyu beef represents the pinnacle of culinary artistry. Whether you're enjoying a delicate Kobe steak or a richly marbled 5 Miyazaki cut, the taste of Wagyu is like no other. It's a luxury worth savoring, and for many, it's a taste that's worth every dollar.